What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of Thinktwice, a weekly show where we talk about things going on in the world of magic, as well as other games, music, movie, TVs, other stuff my co-host and I like. I'm Justin Parnell, joined by my best friend Ali Aintrazi. Today we're going to be going over SCG Cincinnati results, which is the first tournament of the new standard environment, Spider-Man Homecoming, today's magic story, episode 1 of Game of Thrones, and a few things that are coming up for us next week. All right, Ali. First standard tournament of the new standard with Hour of Devastation legal. You're the standard master.
Well,
hit me with it.
I wasn't disappointed. The first winning deck list was pretty awesome. Showed the potential of decks in general for the standard format.
I mean, this was a diverse top 8 for sure. I think there were like 7 different archetypes in the top 8, which is notable. I mean, that's like this. We're talking modern territory where you very rarely see that in standard. I mean, even healthy standard formats. Yeah,
that's usually what happens in the beginning. It's usually kind of diverse or just overwhelmed by previous decks. I hope it continues to this way. I'm sure we'll get more information from the Pro Tour and as time goes on. Hopefully, there's not one deck that completely dominates, but so far, it looks amazing. Yeah,
well, I mean, the good news is, you're looking at these results, we have in order, first place, 4-color control, which was really just a Jeskai control, splashing a little bit of black for Nicol Bolas. Beat Blue-White Monument by 1 spot to get first, or to get second for Monument. 4-color Merge for third, Black-Green Energy for fourth, Blue-White Monument again for fifth, which is the only duplicate deck in the top 8. Mono-Red Aggro in sixth. Jonathan Choi deck was pretty awesome. His is actually one I really want to talk about going forward. Mono-Black Zombies at 7th, and then Teamer Energy, which is, I think, pretty close to maybe that might be the only deck that was like a Tier 1 deck in the brief metagame.
Yeah, I think Blue-White Monument also...
It was for the
last invitational.
Yeah,
for the last second.
For virtually the only time it existed. So, but looking at this, we have 4-color control. Mono-Red Aggro are super new, brand new decks essentially.
Yes. The 4-color control list is more of a Planeswalker deck. It looked like.
Yeah, it had 2 Dove and Bond in it. I would consider that a Planeswalker deck. You're not going to see that card anywhere else.
It was more. Yeah, it was like I was trying to say. It was more tap out than necessarily actual control. It was like, I guess the label as tap out control because it had like 2 Fumigates, 2 cast out.
I was going to say more of a classic control deck. It's kind of more like a modern era classic control deck because there's not very many Drago decks, and as when I think of classic controls, what I think of, but yeah, more of like a sweeper Planeswalker deck, which is a modern control deck.
I think classic control's gone for a good while.
Okay, so. All right, so you have these 7 decks, and there's a lot more decks that obviously that had high finishing places. You still have Mardu vehicles hanging around. There's various other kinds of control, whether it be Grixis or Blue-Red. You still have more energy based decks other than just Teamer Energy, like just.
You also had Esper Mardu too, basically just not Esper Mardu, but basically Esper with Mardu cards playing.
Yeah, like the Mardu Shell with Gideon, Heart of Kirin,
then splashing the Millet Summonings or Spellcaller.
Metallic Rebuke.
Oh, sorry, that's Summoning. Summonings is the card.
That's the card that you play, Ali. But there are. It is. I mean, this was a week 1, so like you said, even though we didn't have a ton of results to go off of coming in this week, it did seem like people, as is frequently in week 1, they leaned on what they know, and I don't know if that's because. A lack of card availability, which sometimes happen in week 1, or people being unwilling to experiment. But it seems like it's ripe to be this format to be cracked open.
Oh, I agree. It's definitely has not even like nothing has card surface. There's a bunch of cards that I feel like are sleepers that haven't seen play yet. And again, like you hit it on the head. Like either people don't have time to test, not only just test, maybe don't have time to test.
That's true.
Or can't afford the cards right now. Like as time goes on, more people have the cards. There's been a lot of factors for why usually the best decks, old decks from the last in, do well this time. But surprisingly, we still had, like you said, 2 brand new decks in top 8, and one took the whole thing down, which was fantastic. Yeah. And on top of that, the same deck that took the Open down first place also managed to do well in a competitive league yesterday with 1-5-0. So it's pretty. So obviously there's some merit to the deck.
There's something there.
Yeah.
I was able to watch a decent amount, almost all of day 1 and a little bit of day 2. I actually think that the deck that won is pretty untuned for what it is, which actually speaks to the power of this type of shell, this like Jeskai control shell that it's built off of. That it seemed like the deck that got first place, piloted by Michael Hamilton, was something it was like you said, it looks like a deck that doesn't have a lot of testing. It's like he has like a lot of 1s and 2-ofs, but I think it's just it seems like it's more hedging rather than these are really specific numbers. And not to take anything away from him, but I think as the format gets more defined, this deck tightens up a lot.
I don't think it tightens up. I think the numbers change. The thing about these decks are, in my opinion, it's a control deck, so sure. You definitely hedge some numbers in some places. But overall, if you look at the deck, the typical thing to see is, oh man, there's numbers everywhere. But it's not really the case. Like you have 4 Glimmer Genius, you have a Torrential Gearhulk, Pull from Tomorrow. Like those numbers may look like 1-1-1 or 2-2-2.
Well,
but
I mean, the important thing to note is in his deck list, the only card that's a 4 of is Glimmer of Genius, and the only card that's a 3 of is Supreme Will.
Right.
So he's clearly set it up to have a diversity of answers based around those two engines for control and card filtering.
Oh yeah, that's great. It was back in remember I said Lorwyn standard where it was 4 big commands and whatever else you wanted for control decks.
Yeah, sure.
Like 5 cloud control.
Yeah. Throw a Cloud Thresher, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
And 4 green mana, what's the difference? Yeah,
but to defend him, I do think that his numbers aren't too off, and this deck will adapt, but it'll just be changing numbers. Like you may want 5 removal spells instead of 4. You want, like right now he has 2 board wipes, 2 Fumigate and 1 Radiant Flames, but you may want 2 Fumigate, 2 Radiant Flames, or 2 Fumigate, 1 Radiant Flames, 1 Sweltering Suns, etc., etc.
Yeah, like you said, as the format evolves, it's you're definitely going to match your answers up to how the rest of the format is going.
Yes. Is there anything else you would like to talk about top 8?
Well, I mean, for the top 8, no. But, like we were saying, there's like a wealth of other decks that existed in this tournament that we're playing. The one that I want to talk about is not necessarily, it did make top 8. Jonathan Job played a mono red. It's like a mono red aggro mixed with like an Eldrazi deck that relied on having literally operating all 3 phases of the game, which is very rare for a mono red aggro deck. And
it did top 8 though. He said it did top 8.
It did top 8. Yeah. I'm saying regardless of whether it top 8 or not. Because he actually had a friend that played the exact same list that I think did not top 8. And they were the only 2 that played the deck. But this is actually a deck that plays in all 3 phases of the game, and this looked like the most real deck to me that came out of this tournament. That they really figured out something. They have a lot of 1-drops. They also have a lot of mid-range stuff as far as removal and some difficult to remove creatures, and then they top out with Chandra Torch of Defiance and Eldrazi. Thought Not See a Reality Smasher. It was definitely the deck I enjoyed watching the most on coverage, and I think it's always great to see when you have a single person or 2 people that are playing a deck that just like figured out immediately, and then it becomes a staple of the format. And I kind of think that's what's going to happen with this deck.
I mean, I can almost
you can know because you're like, you look at this deck and you're like, well, crap, I don't want to play against this.
Oh yes, this deck is 100% going to be something in the meta. It's going to be, but I think that what's going to happen is the curve is going to lower a lot. It's going to be just all haste creatures, probably Boomhawk Courier. Very, very fast thing. I'll think about Chandra or Hazoret. Not necessarily Eldrazi, but...
but this type of shell
is fantastic.
I don't know.
Also, the deserts are fantastic.
Well, that's actually the most notable part to me. And that's actually what a viewer or a listener said from last week is they think deserts are really underrated. And that was like, to me, that was like the breakout strategy of this event.
Oh yeah. We'll see more of
the mono red desert, and this deck played 9 deserts total, and just being able to have that extra reach from your lands. You haven't had that around since Barbarian Ring, and Barbarian Ring is like quite a very powerful card.
Yes.
Barbarian Ring costs 1 to activate. This costs like 4. So,
but he can keep doing it over and over.
Exactly.
And
okay, so what did we not see this week that you feel like that we're going to see in the future in Standard as something that might define the format or at least be a big player?
I was surprised we didn't see much Ramp. I think Ramp is in a good spot. I'm also surprised we didn't see much Champion of Wits. Champion of Wits seems like an amazing card. To me, it reminds me of Blue Tireless Tracker. It does so much. It fuels, emerge, just got a creature, it blocks, and later it's uncounterable. Draw 4, discard 2.
This was one of the cards that we talked about that you specifically were like, this is going to be a breakout card.
I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, every time I saw someone play with it, it seemed like, if not the best card, one of the best cards in their deck or in play.
Yes,
that they were interacting with. So I totally agree.
I think it's great. Also, a couple cards that also aren't seeing play were, I think, the gods.
Really?
Yes.
All the new gods?
2 of them. 2 specifically. Can you guess which ones?
Well, yeah. I mean, not the Scorpion God, essentially.
Yes, because Black Red is typically more aggressive, but these other gods, the Locust God and the Scarab God, do so much for you. So they do so much, and they're so powerful. The only problem with the Locust God is it competes with Torrential Gearhulk, but I think it's fine. I think you can still run a single copy of him somewhere in 75 in the control ship.
We talked about cards you want to untap with last week. Think about untapping with this and then casting a pull from Nora.
Just untapping with everything.
It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, I want the Scarab God is like right up my alley. That's like it's a super grindy card.
Oh man,
it's also a 5/5 for 5 that is unkillable essentially, which is not a small threat. But I mean anything you have, Tireless Trackers, Torrential Gearhulks, Ishkanas,
Champion of Wits.
Champion of Wits.
4 mana, 4/4, draw 4, discard 2.
Yeah, instead of eternalizing it for 7, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and also it steals cards from your opponent's graveyard too if you want.
And of course you're playing black, so you're going to be playing Fatal Pushes, Grasp of Darkness, etc.
Oh yeah, taking their Ishkanas, taking your Ishkanas. And on top of all that, at the beginning of upkeep, he lets you scry X.
And then lose X.
Yeah, equal to zombie control. Keep in mind, everything he's bringing back is a zombie. He also works very well with Leonda Death's Majesty. She makes zombies.
Yeah. 2 ways she makes zombies.
Yes. And I thought Ever After was very close to seeing play. I think that card is very powerful.
Yeah.
But now there's no need to. Now he can play the Scarab God because he reanimates things for you in a different way, even from your opponent's graveyard, and he's a target for Traverse the Evil Mob.
That's true. Imagine having, so you have 5 mana, you play Leona, you make a zombie to block. Next turn, untap, Scarab God's your graveyard, return it, or you could Traverse for it.
Yeah.
Which uses 1 mana, return it, eternalize something, all on the same turn.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
I mean, that's definitely like it feels very Jund to me.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Soultide Delirium. I played Soultide Delirium when Emrakul was a thing. Ended up getting second place with the deck. I do wish the deck let Emrakul. I think the card's fine now, but it's not here.
That ship has sailed, I think.
It has sailed. But Soultide Delirium could be a thing.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's something we're going to see with PT.
Yeah, I think we might see that. I think we're going to see a lot of red decks too.
You said the trepidation in your voice.
I think I see a lot of red decks too. Like that deck is so good.
Okay, all right. Well, that's enough for Standard. We have so the next thing we're going to talk about. You finally, after chiding from me, got up to go see Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes, I did.
So we're going to talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming. I want to throw up a spoiler warning right now. So, just so you know, when we come back, we're going to be in spoiler territory of Spider-Man: Homecoming. So here's your little break. Take it. We'll be right back talking about that. All right, so you saw it. I like. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. I am a. I don't want to say Marvel fanboy because that would be this. That's not crediting me enough. Ever since I was a little kid, literally since I was a small child, I've read comic books and consumed everything, specifically Marvel, like my entire life. So growing up, like my favorite hero has been Spider-Man.
Okay.
Not my favorite character. My favorite character is Magneto.
Okay.
My favorite hero has been Spider-Man.
Must be nice you got a finally good Spider-Man movie.
See, the thing is, I've enjoyed. This is not going to be popular opinion. I've enjoyed all of the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
I've enjoyed all. Now, they're not all good. They're not all good. The original Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire is not a good film. I personally enjoyed it. I think the over-the-topness was fun for me. I still like watching Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Topher Grace was a terrible Venom, but that's besides the point. The Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield was also not a great film. I still enjoyed it. But I can say, for sure, this is the best Spider-Man movie ever in history.
I think that's pretty unanimous from what I've seen on the internet.
I'm not making like the crazy point.
No. But I also don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's fighting us too much.
I don't think that's fair. Because when the first Spider-Man movie came out, and the second Spider-Man, like those were like there were not many comic book movies that existed before those happened.
Okay. Like
when those came out, those were like the best comic book movies that ever existed, and there was no comparison to that.
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember.
Yeah, you know why? I'm going to share a dirty secret of Ali Aintrazi's. He watches movies. He watches them one time, and that's it.
That's true. I thought that was pretty common.
How does that go? That's crazy. How do you just watch movies once? I've seen my favorite movie like 30 times.
Yeah, I watched it once. I don't know. I just like even watching a show with like a girlfriend or you or whatever. I want to make sure that it's a movie that we both haven't watched.
You are big on that. You are big on
because I don't want to like watch the same one and it's new for me. I'll make sure something. I think the main point is
be a shared experience.
Yeah, I want both people to enjoy it.
And see, I was like super willing to go see Spider-Man with you again, even though I'd already seen it once.
Right, and I don't believe that. Well, I believe you, but I don't think you enjoy it as much as you watched it the first time.
There are some movies that I enjoy watching it multiple times, and especially movies that I really like. This is one of them. I like going back and looking for stuff, knowing what's going to happen. And I do think, legitimately, this is a good movie.
Okay, I thought it was. I heard a lot about this. I thought it was okay. I thought it was very
just okay.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was amazing or the best ever. I thought it was okay. Like there were just things in it that were like, okay, that's fine. Okay, let me elaborate. So
please elaborate.
You have this face that's cringy. All right, so I thought it wasn't very serious. Like I understand Spider-Man's a teen and he's doing all these teen things, but like nothing seemed very serious. It all seemed very lighthearted and easygoing and not crazy action. Like there was action, it wasn't like intense. Nothing felt intense or serious for me.
I disagree. Like there's literally a scene in the movie when the bank robbers or the robbing the ATM had these crazy weapons that almost like killed people. Would have killed Spider-Man had he not gotten barely out of the way. Had to go save his friend at his little supermarket across. Like how is that not? Those are. It's because it's street level. It seems like there's no stakes. We're used to in Marvel movies where we're like intergalactic stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like they're literally saving the galaxy. Spider-Man's like I'm making sure no one's making trouble in Queens.
Well, that's why he's your friend in the universe, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, the most intense scene was the elevator scene. That was the most intense scene for me.
Why does it have to be about intensity? Because it's a superhero movie.
Yeah, I'm looking for like things that are like, oh wait, someone's actually in danger. Like I didn't feel anything. Like I didn't feel like anything. It's like, oh man, what's gonna happen next? Like oh my, like I never felt that.
See, I was always, I don't know. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. Like I enjoyed it as if I do think more. It was more lighthearted, but the thing is, Spider-Man by nature, that is his character is like, he jokes all the time. And Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man,
that's true. He does
did by far the best job. One, he actually looks like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Two, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, like, as far as his story goes, is a high school kid.
Yeah,
a high school kid. Like, what do you want him? Like, what do you want? What do you want from him?
I want intense scenes. I want, like, I don't know. I grew up watching Spider-Man on WB, the cartoon one.
The cartoon, which is
it was great.
It's a great cartoon.
It was so good. I love that.
It's really good.
It was the intense stuff. Like, we knew he was a kid, but like his identity being known was great. Like, was intense. Like, enemies were actually intense. Like, it was great. One thing that annoyed me about this one is the boat scene tilted me off the planet. Like, at that point, I think I just gave up. The boat scene was...
That's not... I have problems with the boat scene,
too. Let me say what's going on.
Excuse me. Let me get off your...
He's flying down the boat. It's split in half. He's shooting webs, going crazy, like, trying his hardest, and I commend him for that. Like, this is great. I love that part.
You stood up and clapped for him in theater, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. And then he lands, and the voice is like, "Great job, 98%." It's like 98%. He looks back, and all of a sudden, like, one web breaks, and the rest break, and everything's falling apart. And all of a sudden, dun dun dun! Here comes Iron Man.
Okay, so this is a good opportunity to talk about Iron Man. Iron Man obviously had a larger part in this movie than most secondary characters have in solo films.
I think it's my biggest gripe, actually. I think that's why I didn't take it so seriously. Now that we're talking about it.
So, what I did not like, and I've watched all of the MCU movies at least once. Most of them, there's a few I've only watched once, but most of them multiple times. My biggest issue was I felt like Iron Man got character development in this movie that he didn't deserve because it wasn't his movie. It's fine if he's like a secondary.
I agree with that.
It's fine if he's like a secondary character, but between like
Captain America.
But between that's fine.
That's fine.
Because he was just like a part of it. Like he was, it's like Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, like filmed for this movie, but he wasn't like he didn't make any. He didn't advance as a character.
Mm-mm.
And I feel like Iron Man, Tony Stark did, which is like it's like unfair to Spider-Man. Like
I agree.
He's like he took some of the spotlight that. The story worked for me. The story worked, but I also didn't like you could see like the story arc just internally from Iron Man, where he's going from like wants Peter Parker to still be a kid, but he also wants him to contribute, and he's like torn between that, and he's trying to be like a father figure. Then like at the boat scene where previously Spider-Man was like, "Oh, you're not even here," and then he steps out of the suit, and then he talks to him, and they have this moment, but it's like it's focused on Tony Stark. And I'm like, this is not your movie, man.
Yeah, back up.
And then at the very end, you have
I know.
You have a whole scene that's literally where like Peter Parker is like he's like the prop for the scene, and it's about Tony Stark and Pepper Potts.
They get married. Or proposing.
It's
whatever.
Like, why is this happening in a Spider-Man movie? Are you serious?
Yeah. It couldn't be Avengers, couldn't be anything else. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand like the movie, but there was some big gripes about it for me. And also, I'm also not a huge Spider-Man fan. Not that I dislike him.
Okay, so you hate him.
I don't. See, here you go.
You all heard it here.
You heard it here first. No, I don't hate him. He's just not the character for me. Like, the characters I like are the ones that are angstier and turmoil.
Well, I mean, Peter Parker's plenty angsty.
But I need more, like, dark.
Brooding? You want to be brooding?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't traumatic, like, he had traumatic experience. But they didn't go into that. They didn't go into his traumatic experience of, like, losing his uncle or all that. Like, that's
because this isn't an origin story. Spider-Man already exists. They even say in the movie, oh my God, when he's like, someone's talking about Aunt May.
I know, but there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like, I didn't feel for him for anything.
Because he's like, first of all, I could not disagree more. How do you not? Okay, my favorite portion of the movie as a whole was Michael Keaton's turn as Adrian Toomes or the Vulture. I think he is
I felt more for the Vulture,
which is good because you like by the end he is a somewhat like a sympathetic character.
But it's crazy. Like I felt more for Vulture than I did for Spider-Man.
But okay, so first of all, I want to applaud Marvel because this is the first good villain they've had that they haven't just killed at the end of the movie. Finally, which every other great villain, everything they've had in the MCU, even the TV shows, if they've had a good villain other than Kingpin, who they haven't killed yet, they've killed them all off. Loki hardly counts as a villain. He's like a anti-hero now.
I like Loki.
Yeah, of course, everyone likes Loki, but he's not a villain.
No, but he's not bad either. Or he's not good
bad,
either.
But he's
not though.
Okay, we'll talk about
Sure.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about Loki later.
Sure.
There was so much depth to the Vulture's character.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love the reveal that it was Liz Allen's dad. However, I do think that made the movie incredibly tense. The fact that you have this teen movie where it's like you're going through the motions. You have this kid who's going on his first date, taking the girl that he likes to prom, goes to the girl's house. Dad opens the door. It's the guy that is literally trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's a superhero.
Yeah. But
he's still going through the motions. And I think all of the actors in that scene, well, Tom Holland and Michael Keaton specifically, when they're like taking pictures and he's like staring at him the whole time. He literally cannot take his eyes off him because he's terrified because he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And then the scene where they're driving to the prom and he's like they're just talking, and then you see him, the Vulture, slowly put together.
And it darkens.
This kid is Spider-Man.
Do you know?
I have him in my car. I want to kill him, and I have him in my car.
Do you know what that part reminded me of? That dark part was like reminded me of a scene of like Sin City. It was just very like Sin City-esque almost.
Yes, well, and the way that it was shot because it was shot from basically like the camera was on the dashboard, right?
Yes, it was very dark and very.
How is that not?
That's good.
Tense. I think that was one of the best scenes in the movie.
No, that was very good.
And then when he turns around, he's like, "I'm a Dr. Peter," the old dad thing, and he's like, "So, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
However, you saved my daughter. As my gift to you, I'm not going to kill you.
I'm going to give him more chance, yeah.
If you get out of this car, if I ever see you again, I will kill you."
Yeah.
For talking about things that aren't, like, no one ultimately died, but to have a literal death threat from an adult to a kid, like, we understand this is Peter Parker as a superhero, but you have to look at this as Peter Parker getting dropped off at his high school prom.
Yeah.
As a sophomore in high school, like, I mean, if you want to talk about stakes, that seemed like stakes to me.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good scene. I agree with that. And I like the... I actually think Vulture weakened his hunt for Spider-Man after he figured out who he was.
Of course he did.
Ultimately.
Well, we know at the very, very end that he didn't want to give up his identity to Matt Gargan, who ends up
at that point, you're not sure if it's because Spider-Man saved his life or if it's because...
It's a little bit of both. He was like, you know what? He's fine doing whatever he's doing right now because it's not affecting me. But when I get out, I'm going to kill him myself. I think that's what he's thinking.
I don't know if he's thinking that. Then it came out to me. It came out to me like, he saved my life. I'm giving him one back right now, making the scales equal, balanced.
Yeah, like he did. I'm saying like he doesn't want anyone else to go do it, but he's not just when he gets out, he's not just going to forget about it.
I'm not sure what he's going to do, but yeah, I agree.
Look, Spider-Man may have saved his life, but if he didn't interfere in what he was doing, there was not going to need to be any life to save. Mm-hmm. He would have pulled off his heist of the plane. Also, I think it's crazy because like the Vulture is like the least supernatural villain that we have had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and to me, he was like the most terrifying looking.
Oh no, they made him great. They made his actual
He was
like
amazing looking. I thought he looked phenomenal.
Oh, I agree. Like his wings were awesome. They were scissors. They were weapons. They were everything.
I mean, that's like he was like incredibly intimidating. Like when he's just like, there's so many scenes where he's just like bearing down on Spider-Man, and you can just see it's like horror. It was like horror. It had horror elements to it.
It was not scary, but
I'm not saying you're like scared in the theater, but I'm saying like as the character.
Sure.
Like,
I will agree with you that everything else. But I do agree with you that his character was phenomenal for what Vulture was.
Okay. Like
obviously, Venom's like, oh, Venom will be awesome, but Vulture, but they made him phenomenal.
All right. So are you? I still feel like you're poo-pooing it.
I'm not poo-pooing it.
You're poo-pooing it. You poo-pooed it.
All right. I'm poo-pooing it.
I say I knew it.
I think it's fine.
This week's poo-pooer.
Just because I think it's amazing. It's whatever. You can call it poo-pooing it. I call it fine.
All right. You guys, you need to tell us what you think of Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it was fantastic. I love Spider-Man. Ollie hates him and never wants to see another Spider-Man movie.
So dramatic.
Ever in history. Okay, whatever. You know, we're gonna move on. That's what you want. Okay?
Yeah.
We have our next segment. Again, we're going to throw out the spoiler warning. Now, it's not much. We're going to be talking about today's magic story, or this week's magic story. Mm-hmm. But in case you don't want to know that or have not read that, this is a good time to skip through. So last time, spoiler warning before we get to today's magic story. All right, so last week we talked about the lead up to where we are now. A little bit. We talked about kind of where we were with Amonkhet. We thought about the story. This week's magic story, I felt like was a particularly good one.
Mm-hmm. They're all pretty good. They're all pretty good. This one was, I really liked it because of who it focused on, and it just spoke about the characters. And I think this was the people of Amonkhet's story. And it was Samwit's story, and Samwit finally got validation for all the things she was saying and being a heretic for and defending. And I really loved how finally she got Giroux back on her side.
Yes,
it was like two best friends. Like, we disagree. Like, I want to save you because you disagree. I want to save you because you're being ridiculous. Because you don't think it's right. I'm going to save you. They're both at total odds and believe in completely different things, but they still were best friends. That was huge. And
I completely agree.
And then finally being on the same side was like, this is beautiful. It's awesome.
I mean, credit to this story is called Endure it was written by Michael Yu Chow, and Michael Yu Chow and Allison Lurs have been they've been the primary writers for the Amonkhet Now Devastation story. The amount of heart that has been through the entire narrative of been on the planet Amonkhet, I completely agree. It's like, never have I felt like I was rooting for something to happen like with the Gatewatch, who are the primary main characters.
Yeah.
Then you have these two characters. That is a credit to how well this whole story arc has been written, and these two characters, how much you actually care about them, and you're rooting for them.
Yes, let me explain this. This arc was by far the most emotional arc in Magic that I've ever read, and I've been keeping up since the Brothers War, since Dominaria and Yogg-Moth and all that stuff. So this is the most pulling at your heartstrings, the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's phenomenal. Like it's and I love Bolas. And right now,
well, I mean, we covered that last week. I don't think you love him as much as you think you do.
Oh, shut up. I want people on Amonkhet to survive. I want them to endure. I want them to make it.
Yeah.
I don't want Bolas to destroy everything and kill everybody.
You have these
I'm rooting for them.
What has ultimately turned out as it's notable because the majority of these stories have been focused on. They have not come from the perspective of someone from the Gatewatch.
Yeah.
The correlation between not being the Gatewatch and focus on someone else and being a great story, probably.
Well, I can also identify with those people. as someone with supernatural strength or supernatural brains or magic, that's awesome. But I can't fully identify with that.
And the crazy thing is, this is only in comparison because these are people. They're obviously like incredible warriors. Samwell in this story has her spark ignite. Even Hazard, who I want to talk about later. Yeah. They're like, compared to the Gatewatch, they are more normal people. Well, Hazard's a god, obviously. But even still, it's like, I don't even think it has to do with anything about who they are, but how they're interacting with the world around them. Mm-hmm. And like, specifically, the humans, Jeru, Sama, and Hapatra has been a really big part of the story.
Oh, yes.
She's been an awesome character.
Yes.
Also.
Hazard reminds me of my mom. She's a mother. She's a mother.
She is.
Yeah.
And that, like, honestly, that's the most notable thing to me of this whole story. Finally, they figured out a way to have a solely red character as something other than like rage and passion.
Oh yeah. Yes.
How Hazard has been written through this whole story
is amazing.
She's been clearly the like the centerpiece god we knew from the very beginning. And like, but even how she's written as far as like verbally interacting with everyone, her actions, it's like this is how. Thank God we finally have. A red character that's not just like
a raging goblin.
Aggro.
Yeah, like exactly. Traditionally you think raging, full of zeal, angry, and she's full. Things like she is full of emotion. She is zealous.
It's passion, but it's like concentrated for
love.
Yes,
love and warmth and safety, and you come first. And I'm gonna do everything I can to protect you because you know what, I love you.
Yeah,
and we never really thought that, but it's like. Red's emotion, but we thought emotion as in like angry and vengeance.
The red character we've seen primarily is Chandra, who is like the archetypical red character, right?
Right. Well,
like she's just like impulsive and just wants to
burn
set everything
things
on fire and like immediately like thinks like throws fire first, asks questions later.
Yeah.
And Chandra's fine because they've worked her in because like now it's kind of in her personality, but those are things like. Literally, if you ask someone who'd been playing Magic for 6 months to make a red character and they'd never seen anything in the story, they'd make Chandra.
Yeah. I mean,
they wouldn't make Hazard.
No, even Johnny Vengeant.
Yeah.
He was Vengeant because...
He even says it in there. Like,
because he was red. Eventually that red cools off. And he's like, not so much about vengeance. And he gets, picks up some little green action.
Well, yes. Whole different story. We could definitely talk about Johnny later.
Yeah.
But... I mean, this is like, honestly, this is a turning point for me for Magic storytelling over the course of this whole thing, how Hazard's been written, and specifically that, like, these stories are great, and it's because they're not focused on the Gatewatch. Yeah. Like, I think that's a primary factor.
But Wizards has identified that. They have said, we've realized this, we're gonna fix this, and they realize this. Let's give them credit.
They're talking now. I feel like they're talking about like on cards and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
They're obviously all one and the same.
This was amazing. This is amazing. So I think I think they know. They listen. They know. They see this. So I think we'll see a little more deterrence from the Gatewatch. Not completely, but I think we'll see a little more.
Okay. What did you think of the way this is?
Before we go to her spark, we need to talk about what happened. There's a big thing here.
There's a lot of things.
But one of the biggest ones, they finally killed one of the insect gods.
The most difficult one to kill, arguably. The one that has been murdering on
all the other gods. Yeah, they killed the scorpion god. Yeah. And guess what? It wasn't the gods. It wasn't the planeswalkers.
It wasn't the Gatewatch.
Guess who it was? The humans of Amonkhet. The people of Amonkhet.
It was the humans and with help from Hazard.
Well, honestly, humans because there were Avon, there were Naga, there were
the natives of Amonkhet.
The people, natives of Amonkhet.
Natives of Amonkhet.
Yes, there were spells being cast. There were people died along the way. The people sacrificed that would die to Scorpion's poison. But what happened? They were able to push him back. Hazard cast a huge fire spell. I guess it was Hazard's Undying Fury.
Yeah, probably so.
And that fire It seemed like he came unfazed, but what happened was it weakened his carapace, or his skeleton or shield, so that Sem would get back there and like dig her capacious in there and start digging through and stuff. And they were able to push him back, and fight him.
He was still going the whole time.
Oh yeah, even when
he was basically dead, still fighting. Yeah. And they talked about that. Like even with his dying breath, he's still trying to complete his mission of just murder spree.
Yeah, they impaled him on a spike. Was it? Yeah. It wasn't a hedron. It looked like a hedron. It wasn't a hedron, obviously. Obelisk. Yeah, they impaled him on there. His chest is wide open, and he's still struggling. And Hazoret shows again her redness of compassion and love, and she goes up to him. She's like, "I know this is not you,
my brother. This is not what you want.
You've done so many terrible things. You've killed my family, people I love, but you're still my brother." And she just incinerates, like purification by fire. Yeah, incinerates everything and kills him. Yeah. Also Hazoret lost an arm too.
Yeah. So the thing with Hazoret losing an arm and like talking to Samit and being like, I don't know, it seemed like a little Star Warsy to me.
Well, I took it as
backwards.
Well, I took it as but I took it as like she lost an arm, and it was you children are my right arm now. You people are my.
Well, and she says that she's like, I have always told you that I would be there for you and your need, but today you were there for me.
Right, and the arm. I think that the arm also symbolizes it in a way too. Like the arm was cut off, and their arm. They got her as much as she has them. Sure. I think it's beautiful.
That's a good point. Something else to note before we go on to talk about Samus Spark. There's actually a line that gives you a sense of scope for this story. I'm just going to read it directly off of the magic story. This is in the beginning when the Gatewatch comes, and in the very beginning before they kind of leave the scene to fight off some of the Eternals, when Zero and Sam are fighting Neheb, and Gideon and Jace come in, and after they defeat Neheb, Gideon and Zero have this exchange. It says, Zero stood and clapped a hand on Gideon's back. That is the second time today that you have saved me. The first time I was furious. Now I am grateful. What is the most important word in everything I just said? Today.
Oh,
this is all happening in one day.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
When they were earlier, when they were in before the hour started.
Yeah, that'd be deemed worthy.
When they were in Hazoret's Coliseum, all one day.
Yeah.
Fought Razaketh, one day. Fighting Nicol Bolas, the end of the day. Yeah. When they were in the Coliseum, they lost their Planeswalker powers. That was breakfast time, okay? They literally haven't even made it to the afternoon and they haven't fought Bolas yet. This is a hell of a day for the Gatewatch and everyone on Amonkhet.
Yeah. It's pretty intense. It doesn't seem that way, but apparently that's what's happening.
Okay, so the first time that we're seeing a Spark Ignite through story, what did you think?
Oh, I thought this was amazing. This was a turning point for Sparks. Usually we think of Sparks, and then you're like, oh, someone almost died. They saw someone die. They got really angry. The Spark ignited.
Yeah.
About to die.
Yeah.
Caged up. Wall falling. Like basically
extreme stress situations.
Yeah, and this one was not. It was
going back to actually creating a red character that is not about anger.
Yeah, it was Hazoret finally deemed somewhat worthy without... She's like, you're right. You are... she gives her a name. Tells her... Basically deemed worthy without being impaled by Hazoret.
Yeah, without... Not in the way that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she feels the love and warmth of Hazoret and
She doesn't call her the worthy. She calls her Samut the Tested, which is the card name for the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
She says, my heart is yours. Thank you, Samut the Tested. You have seen through the trials and bested the darkness beyond.
Yes. Basically saying...
And Samut literally starts crying.
Yeah.
She's so happy.
Because she's been trying this whole time to tell everyone...
This is her whole life.
Yes.
And then at the very end, in this last 24, 48, 72 hours, she's like, everything in my life has been a lie. everything on Amonkhet's been a lie.
It's been
I'm
stressful.
the only one that knows about it.
Yeah, her best friend was against her.
Convince everyone.
Yeah.
Her brother, who she calls her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was overwhelmed. She cried. Like she felt love, relief, everything. And so she felt all this, and all of a sudden her Hazard touched her.
Yeah.
She felt Hazard's form too, and with all that, her spark ignited, and she planeswalked to
what seems to be Theros.
Theros, yes. And then she gets mad that there's like, oh my god, I have to get back to where I was. Yeah. And
this is not Noctimon. This is not an Amonkhet.
Yeah. She realized mainly what she is. She's like, oh, I'm a planeswalker.
The interlopers is what she calls the Gatewatch. I'm an interloper. I can walk between worlds now.
Yeah.
She realizes
immediately.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, maybe Red's impulse. Like, Red's intuition, too.
Well, no, because she's been thinking about where are these people from?
Yeah.
And she realizes, because of, obviously, I think the nature of Amonkhet, when you have the God Pharaoh is away from where it is, he's got to be somewhere, so there has to be something beyond. So she knew there was something beyond Amonkhet, which she knew she don't know where they came from, but she knew their clothes, their accents, everything was not Amonkhet-like. So there had to be something else, and then she realized very quickly, puts it together. Because she'd been spending a lot of time thinking about it. Yeah.
And again, it also shows, but this shows again, another part of Red, besides anger and compassion, intuition.
Yeah.
She knows what she is. She knows she's a planeswalker, and immediately pulls on her power. Doesn't know what she's doing. She just ignited. But her intuition guides her, and she immediately walks back to Amonkhet, to the same exact spot she was at.
Yeah. Which doesn't always happen.
No. But she did it with intuition, so...
Yeah. Good job. Hey. Banner day for Red.
Yes,
Your Red Mage, congratulations.
Yes, I agree. This is your day. This is your story. This is your day.
Yeah, this is your story. This is your day.
This is your planeswalker. This is your god.
You deserved it. You deserved it. Red's been, I want to say written poorly, but written narrowly.
Narrowly is better, I think. Not poorly, but narrowly.
Before this
today.
story.
Not today. Before this arc.
Story.
Yeah.
Well, before today in the story.
Sure. Yeah.
Long day. Okay. Speaking of long day, we're not done today. We have one more spoiler warning for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So many spoiler warnings.
It's okay. It's not going to be like this every time.
No.
But we're going to have one more spoiler warning. We're going to be talking about episode 1 of Game of Thrones. I and I are super pumped.
Yeah,
so,
get ready.
Again, last time spoiler warning. We'll be back in a second. It's been a long road. It's been a long road to come back to Winterfell and the Seven Kingdoms, and
you know what? It's hot as heck here in North Carolina, but not in Game of Thrones.
No, winter has officially come.
Yes, correct.
Oh my gosh. It's like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders for waiting.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And you know what? The first 10 minutes, whatever it was, however long that scene was with Arya, did not disappoint.
No.
The opening scene was...
I don't think... okay,
oh my God.
Speaking of the opening scene, I don't know if we've ever had a cold open where you have a scene before the opening credits roll.
Not sure.
You did this time.
Yeah, you did.
Right. Arya's like...
No, but here's what happened. Like, so he has like last time on Game of Thrones, shows all this stuff, and all of a sudden, it's showing Walder Frey doing his thing. I'm like, oh, I guess they're doing a flash. I guess they're rewinding a little bit.
I knew.
Hold on. I was like, I guess they're doing a rewind. I just show it again so people can catch up.
Because it rolled right into it, which was beautiful.
Oh my god! Yeah, like they're just catching up.
It's so crazy that they can actually credit to everything HBO. Good job. But that they can literally roll a previous on Game of Thrones into the episode, and you're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, and like, but then like he starts insulting them and attacking them, and you're like, oh my god. And
you slowly realize,
oh my god, this is Arya. Holy crap, this is Arya. My gosh.
She had some bangers too with lines.
Yeah, she's like, women don't always have my wine on you, and all these things, and like basically also when she said you brought them into your house for like basically they're supposed to be safe, and then you slaughtered them.
but you made a mistake. You
Yeah.
kill all the wolves.
Yes.
If you leave one wolf left, the whole flock is in danger.
And then she starts. And then they start like choking and pressing, and she just like removes the face, and it's just like, oh my god! Now she's a faceless, or one of the many faces, many face god or whatever. It's just it was beautiful. I was like, please don't end, please don't end.
Yeah, one thing. I'm like, it's difficult to start. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Arya. She is one of my favorite characters.
Agreed.
She's one of my girlfriend's favorite characters. We watched this together. Absolutely loved this scene.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I'm trying to look at this from an unbiased perspective. I'm worried about Arya. I don't think she has anything left but vengeance and murder in her.
Yeah.
The scene right after this, when she meets up with the few Lannister soldiers and they offer her food, the whole time she's thinking about killing them.
Yeah, but they continue to be nice.
Yeah, and she's like, nice. You can see this internal struggle where she's like staring at their weapons, trying to figure out the whole time. She's like, how can I kill these Lannister soldiers?
Yeah,
she's like consumed.
Yeah,
by this. Like this is all she has left. She's been gone. She's been separated from every. She's had the most isolation in the story by herself, of like all of the other like what we.
And she even tried to attack her. Like after all said and done, like they're being nice to her. They give her the first bite. Welcome to the fire. They're talking. Even the very last thing she says. So
where are you going? I'm gonna go kill the queen.
Yeah, and like she's trying to like, hey, fight me, and they laugh.
Yeah,
there's like laugh, and she's like, gosh darn it, what do I do? I'm like,
I want you to buck up so I can kill you.
Yeah,
but like, I don't think she had like what when okay she has her list. What does Arya have left when she completes that list? Which I have no doubt that she will do.
I have no idea.
I don't think she has anything. I think this is what she is now. I think she's just
assassin.
Vengeance. She's the part of Red that we were talking about earlier.
She's consumed by her
hatred.
Yeah,
I mean it's hatred.
It's hatred. Yeah, and vengeance.
And I love and as great as that scene was, and it was fantastic. And Arya is a badass completely.
Yeah, she is.
But I don't know. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about her.
Sure, makes sense. Because we're consumed by these people all deserve it.
Yeah.
No one stops thinking about how 14, however old she is, girl. She's young. She's young too.
And that she's now just like she's learned how to kill and deceive.
Oh, and she's extremely well and manipulate. Oh yes.
Like she's literally.
I was deceived. Like she's good.
But I mean, this is I don't know. To me that's scary. Also, I was talking about this scene with our good friend Chris McCurry, who at some point later will be on the show for sure.
Okay.
Probably at the finale episode because he's got a lot of stuff to unload. And he was as I was so impressed with the actor who plays Walter Frey in that scene. Because just like the range that he shows, because normally he's just crotchety old man, and and then it's just like he had, the Arya's monologue through Walter Frey. It was just pretty awesome.
It was. I agree. It was beautiful. It was very good.
Okay, so right after that, when we go to the soldiers, apparently, one of the soldiers, the redheaded one, was Ed Sheeran, who's a singer, and people are like up in arms about this. I don't care. You didn't notice like when I brought this up to you.
Why are they up in arms?
Who cares? Because he's famous and he got on the show. Whatever. Get over it. Like if you feel like it cheapens the show, yeah,
it does not. No, it doesn't. I mean, why does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Like,
it's like Wizards inviting the pro from Hearthstone to play in the Pro Tour. Maz, yeah, sorry, Maz played in the Pro Tour. Like
it doesn't. It was the show worse? Did it make it worse for you?
No, I didn't notice.
That's like.
I don't care. Like, I'm not there. I'm not there for.
It pulled me out of this fantasy because I knew who this was. Dude, that's acting. You've never seen the show where you've known an actor in the show before, and you're like, oh, I can only picture him as this other character.
Nah, I didn't notice. I don't care. So yeah.
Yeah, get over it, everybody. Sorry.
No, you're not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. There you go.
Okay. All right. Next up, your boy.
Bran. He walks up to the wall. He's being dragged along that sled, and they're there. I don't fully remember. I remember them opening the gate or the doors. And like, who are you? He tells them, and they're hesitant to let him in or do anything
For a second.
Yeah, and then the guy he's talking to, basically he's a fortune teller.
Let me drop some knowledge on your
yeah. Let me read some things real quick for you. And he just tells him some like private things, and I don't know exactly what is exchanged. Just remember that happening, and then all of a sudden, like, all right, bring him in. Because he was bringing this guy in.
What is this guy's name? Is Edgar?
I don't remember.
I know why I'm asking you. You're the literal worst with that.
Yeah,
but he's just like he was just like, all right. Yeah, come on. Okay, so the thing about this scene is, one, Bron's at the wall. Mm-hmm. Jon is not at the wall yet.
No.
So they're not quite meet up yet. We know that when Miriam, I think that's her name, pulled up, I'm probably butchering that too. There's so many characters.
There's like
pulled up Bronn to the wall, he's warding. Or doing his whatever he's doing at this point. Yeah. He's not working at this point.
Yeah, he's seeing, I think. Whatever.
We saw the army.
Holy crap.
Including there was a giant that had been
undead.
Yeah. So one thing that people are not thinking about, we don't know when this is. We know Bronn has no clue sometimes when he is seeing. He knows what he is seeing.
Yeah, we're not sure what time period he's seeing.
He doesn't know exactly when he is seeing.
Yeah. Well, this didn't give a time frame.
No, well, that's the point.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. I feel like that's going to come up.
Well, also keep in mind, like, the wall, the reason it kept out the undead and all those bad things isn't because it's a giant wall.
Yeah.
Come on now. It's kept people out because of... Man, I'm not sure if I know this from the book or the story.
Well, hey, look, we already said I'm a dirty TV watcher. And you're a book reader.
Well, do you know the reason why?
No, why don't you just tell me?
Okay, well, the wall has magic on it. The wall has a spell on it where these undead, they have a name too.
Whites?
Yeah, the whites cannot cross the wall. Not because it's too tall. Like, they have giants. They can just flop over it. But there's a spell on the wall.
Okay.
So they cannot cross and get to the wall.
Interesting.
And I think there's going to be a pivotal point where someone is going to try to tear down the wall or something, and it's just going to let them all in.
Yeah, they're going to mess up.
Yeah, currently,
somebody's going to mess up.
Yes, currently they cannot cross the wall until the spell's gone, removed.
So let's talk about the people that were not at the wall, but were at Winterfell. We saw Jon and Sansa, as well as Littlefinger,
and Peter Baelish.
Yeah, and Lady Mormont and Tormund.
Oh
Brienne.
Man, Brienne and that interaction is great. He's like head over heels for her. She's like
he's not reading the room on being subtle with that.
Oh no, he is letting it, showing how it is.
He's not picking up on it too well. I don't think she's used to it.
Yes, I agree. And who knows? I have no idea if she's straight, like women.
I don't know. I don't know if it's come up in her life.
Yeah,
I think it's all about being a knight
because of how people treat her because of the way she looks.
Yeah, so she's completely focused on being a knight.
Yeah,
and then Tormund comes up and he's staring her clothes off.
Googly eyes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this.
There's struggle for power. There's struggle for power between Jon and Sansa,
which is to me was great.
It was great because Peter Baelish was there looking at it too, like, look what I created.
Yeah, he just wants dissension among the ranks. He just wants madness between everyone.
I think he has one goal in mind. He wants that goal. That's all he cares about.
He wants the throne.
He wants everything.
Well, that's the throne.
Sure. and everything else. He wants her too.
Yeah,
he wants the throne. He wants her. He wants everything.
The more that there's disagreement between the two, the better it is for him. He thinks.
Probably, sure. I mean, sure. I mean, easier to manipulate people when they're not on the same side.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 2 notable things. One about Jon, one about Sansa. Jon, I feel like this is the first time that I felt like Jon was like a true leader, which is crazy because like they've kind of been building up the last couple of seasons to make him that way.
Yeah,
but never has he been like put his foot down and made a decision against what other people are wanting, and no dissension outside of Sansa.
Oh no, they respected him at the end.
Yeah. Well, that when he said that, he's like, "This is my final decision.
Yeah,
I don't want to take these people, these families from their ancestral homes, and put them out on the street. They're not going to pay for the sins of the father, essentially."
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wherever you stand on it, I think Sansa made a good point too. Like, so we're going to reward treachery, not reward loyalty. She's not wrong. She's not. What? You think she's wrong?
I don't think she's wrong, but Jon's also...
You don't like Sansa, though.
No, I like Jon's word. Like, how can you punish these people for...
That's the thing. They're both right, though. They're both right. I mean, Sansa's not wrong.
But those kids or whatever did not commit the...
No. And ultimately...
The treason or the treachery or...
Ultimately, I agree with Jon, but...
Like, if they had aided in any way, sure.
But, like, where do you draw the line?
If they aid, if they help... Or if they did something.
Do you not think that what Sansa said needed to be said?
No. I think that was a good point because it was great because instead of other people thinking about that and talking talking about it behind Jon's back, it was raised immediately at the.
Yeah, but I think that makes it look like
the struggle for power was kind
obvious,
of yeah. But I do think that it was good that it was raised there. Like that was raised there instead of behind Jon's back.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Ultimately, I think it was a good thing, but the power pull back and forth was not pretty. Putting thoughts on Jon, but Jon ultimately said, "Hey, back down. I'm ruler. I make the last call."
She did, but I don't think she was happy about it.
She was not happy at all.
Well, okay, so this brings my second point. When they address it, this is when I was actually like, it's like two specific moments for each of these characters where I was like the most impressed with them for what they were. Jon in his leadership, and Sansa for her look at the bigger picture, because she's talking to Jon and is saying, you need to slow down and think about everything. You need to be smarter. Because Jon keeps going on about, like, our father tosses this, father tosses that.
Yeah.
everything that comes after the word "but" is bullcrap, etc. And then Sansa's like, you need to be smarter than them. You're talking about father, and you're talking about Robb and the way they did things, and the way they did things ended up with them getting their heads cut off.
Yeah.
Maybe take a second to think about that.
Yeah.
Because she's wanting to be, keep in mind, she has seen ultimately the most from a political side.
Oh man, okay. Time out. Look at Sansa. Look how much Sansa has become. She was this flower.
Yeah.
And now she's this rose that has like very little petals but has a billion thorns and she's wrapped around wood because she's strong now. She knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
Like, she is...
But she's like the voice... Honestly, everything she said in this episode, she's like the voice of reason.
Oh, yeah.
She is the voice... Is that not crazy to say to you? That Sansa...
I know, it's crazy.
Sansa Stark is the voice of reason?
I despised Sansa for a long time.
See, I knew you'd finally admit it. I was trying to get you to say it earlier.
What, Sansa?
Yeah.
When's the time going to say it?
Earlier, I was like, you hate Sansa.
Not because I've seen, but I did.
Just hate her in general.
I despise her character.
And that's why... But see, that's why you want to decide with Jon more.
No, I don't think so. I think his statement is what moved me.
Okay. And ultimately, I agree with him in that specific moment, but I'm like leaning more towards like all of the points that Sansa was bringing up about like taking everything, not just taking everything at face value. There's more to everything.
And what was great too was it showed like her knowledge was so much. Like Peter Baelish was there talking to her. He walks away. He was like, what he want or what's he? So why is he here?
Yeah.
And she's like, I know exactly what he wants, and just leaves it at that.
Yeah.
And then with
I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
I just need to know. You need to know. Then I know, and we'll leave it at that.
Yes. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then with John's like, so you can't do that. You can't ask me questions or define me from everybody.
In front of everybody, yeah.
She doesn't say she won't do it again. She said counters with another question.
Yeah.
She's like, what? I can't ask questions? I can't do anything?
And then you know what John said? You're going an awful lot like Cersei.
Yeah.
And then you know what she said?
She didn't deny either.
And then she said, I learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's true, though.
But
Cersei is a... We'll get to Cersei.
We'll get to Cersei. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and get to Cersei?
Sure.
Because Cersei is one of both of our favorite characters to watch.
I like Cersei. It's not her favorite character.
To watch?
It's called... I mean, maybe. Sure. I don't know yet. I have to think about this longer. I like her and I hate her. It's a love-hate relationship with Cersei.
Okay, she's, to me, like... I don't know.
It's not love-hate. It's like-hate.
Oh, okay.
The difference.
No, you're drawing the line.
Yeah, I it's not a huge, like, oh my god, all of this love her. But it's like, it's obviously the person you love to hate.
Well, sure, yeah.
We also like her.
Entertained by her.
Right, but also, like, the willingness to go to protect everything is also, like...
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to stay on this one too much.
Sure.
But, Euron Greyjoy he's a blast to watch.
Oh my god. Yes, he's hilarious.
He had my favorite line from last season.
What was that?
He's like, where's my niece and nephew? Let's go murder them.
Oh god. He's pretty ridiculous, yeah.
And then she's like, why should I trust you? You killed your brother. And he was like, I did kill my brother.
It's great.
You should try it.
Yeah. Oh, the whole time he's like goading Jamie.
See, here's the thing though. Really subtle. The very end, the last episode, almost the last scene of the last season, when Cersei puts the crown on, you can see Jamie standing behind her, like looking like, what have I done?
Yeah.
What? Like, she is crazy.
Yeah.
She just blew up hundreds of people, including a lot of really important ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he's talking about killing a sibling, I don't think the person he thinks he was talking to is going to be the one that ultimately does it.
Oh. Yeah. She's capable of anything.
I think Jamie's going to have to be the one that ultimately...
puts her down?
Yeah.
So not Arya. Because Arya's on Cersei's on
Arya's that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But,
yeah.
I mean, Jamie is fully aware of how crazy Cersei is.
Well, she has nothing to lose. She's nothing to lose. She's lost Tommen.
But Jamie noted she has nothing to gain either. That's what makes her crazy. He's like, why does this matter? He's like, to control the 7 kingdoms. He's like, you don't even have 3 kingdoms. What are you talking about 7 for? It's like, to make a dynasty. A dynasty for what? We're the only ones left.
No,
we don't have any children. Our children are dead.
No, she said like, dynasty for 1,000 years. It's like, what about us? Dynasty for us. You're just talking.
Yeah, you're just saying that you're just crazy. You're just saying the first thing that's in your mind, Cersei. Yeah, he is fully aware that she is like way...
She's lost her marbles. She's angry.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The person that I feel like is going the opposite way of Cersei is the Hound, who I also love. I love watching the Hound.
Yeah.
Where, like, you've seen his character transition, mainly from... really through the entirety of the show, but specifically when he and Arya had their falling out and got separated. That he is slowly trying to make amends for everything
he did
terrible that he has done in his life.
Yeah.
And this was a really good scene when he was with the Brothers Without Banners, when they went to the little farmhouse where he killed the farmer and the farmer's daughter when they let Arya and him stay in there. You know, I don't know, what, 3 seasons ago, something like that.
He stole their food. I think he
ended up killing them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he ended up killing them. Well, yeah, because he was letting them stay there, and they were paying them with food to work.
Did he kill them?
Yeah. And
okay.
then, when they were leaving.
Arya
got mad.
Okay.
And he was just like, no one can know. No one can know.
Or maybe it's something like Sarla Fitis, basically.
Yeah. but you saw him kind of trying to make amends. He felt he maybe not. He buried him and clearly felt bad in his way. He's not a very nice person.
Yeah, he tried to.
He's trying to be nice.
Yeah, he tried to say a prayer. Got through like one. Please forgive, basically.
Yeah,
which is basically for himself, I think.
Yeah. And then the other notable part was when he was talking to the guy with the bandage over his eye.
Yeah.
About, hey, why does the Lord of Light keep bringing you back? You're basically worthless. What are you? Why do you keep getting brought back? And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, why do you not know? Can't you find that out?
Yeah.
And then he's like, why don't you go over there to the fire and take a peek-see?
Yeah. Also, it was fire, by the way, but
yeah, that was a cop-out to me. Game of Thrones, you deserve to let us see what was going on in that fire. If we weren't hustling and bustling through everything, I think they would have.
He saw the army of the dead.
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's like he's obviously not a believer. He's like not religious, and now he's seeing all this, and he's like, Where do I go from here? Like, what do I do? Do I worship?
It's like now his world's changed.
Yeah, it just doesn't. What do you have from here? Like his character, like I don't know where his character's going.
I don't either. I felt like they shotgunned that scene and everything about that. And I know that we're accelerating things because we're kind of, getting towards the end of the story. But that was the only one of all of the people's scenes that I was like, maybe should have been a little bit more.
I liked it still. I think it's a lot. Him burying the fire. I think it's a little lot.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, talk about ad nauseum.
Yeah. So they, I think with Samuel Tarly, if we were in a normal season, you would have had a total over the course of the whole season of 15 minutes of him cleaning up the poop bucket. Like they did that in like a 90-second montage of doing it over, but you would have had a full minute of that, just him doing that every episode for a whole season.
Yeah.
And they fit the whole thing in.
I'm glad they did, though.
Yeah, me too.
I was gagging the wall there. At the end, I was like, "Oh, please just stop!" You heard the and the food like, and it's like, "Oh, stop!" Disgusting.
He's trying to get that. He's trying to get his brown badge.
Yeah, his brown badge. He wants his chains.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, let me get the keys to the back room." Oh no! First, he's like, "Believe me. No one believes me here." It's like, "I believe you."
But just answer me one question: are you a maester? If not, get out.
Yeah.
You're not getting back there.
Yeah. By the way, clean this mess.
Yeah.
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 So he goes, steals the key, gets back there, steals some books, and what does he find? A mountain of dragon glass.
Yep.
Which
is in a very convenient place.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like when they're at the Citadel, isn't that like the easiest place to steal something? You're literally surrounded by elderly people.
I imagine they have to know. I think maybe, I don't know.
But what are they going to do? What are they going to do about it? One, they ultimately want him to seek knowledge. That's what he's there for, right?
Yes, but stealing it, is that part of that test?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, like I said, what are they going to do? Oh. They're not magical. They're just old people that are smart old people.
Very knowledgeable old people. Who knows? Maybe one of them has magic. Who knows?
I don't know. One person that we do know has magic. You know what? I'm going to let you talk about this last one.
Oh, thank you. Well, there was no talking in this last scene.
Well, yeah, but there are not a lot, though. There's still a lot.
There's a lot, but no talking.
Yeah.
Dany, or Daenerys Targaryen, finally gets to Dragonstone. And the whole thing is about her and her being home. First thing she gets on the boat. She like takes everything in, reaches down, grabs the sand, like plays with it in her hand, goes, looks at everything, takes it all in, goes into her castle. She's walking around. Can't remember someone tries to walk up, do something. She holds her hand out. She's like, no, let Dany take all this in. She's just taking everything in, and finally she gets to the map of Westeros.
Yeah, where Stannis was plotting his conquer.
Yeah. And she's like, What's the Tyrion's like?
Shall we begin?
Shall we begin? Yeah.
And you know what? That is the perfect ending to the first episode. I will share my thoughts on Daenerys at another time. But I'll say this. I do not think they match up with most other people.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. All right. We're going to wrap up Game of Thrones today, and we're going to be pretty close to heading out, but we have a couple more things to talk about, so we will see you guys in just a minute. All right, Ollie. We got some business to attend to this weekend.
Yeah.
As we told you guys last weekend, Ollie and I are going to be playing with our buddy Joe Herrera in the Team Trios event at SCG Atlanta tomorrow.
Actually. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. I was hoping you weren't going to lie because I was going to sell you out down the river.
Oh, no, I'm not ready at all. I've tested.
Now, to be fair, Ollie's not ready until about 10 o'clock on Friday night. Best case
scenario. Probably like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So when you guys listen to this, he will still not be ready. Even if you listen to it over the weekend, there's a chance.
Oh, yeah. It's scary because I feel like everything I'm playing is like a 50% deck, which is good, healthy for the format so far, but I need more time. Kids take so much time. Life takes so much time.
No more time. Time's up, buddy.
I know.
Gotta pick something.
I know.
We tried to talk Joe out of playing Jund.
Of course we tried.
Did not work.
Surprise.
Good luck, Joe.
Yeah, good luck. If you're listening, good luck.
I am playing the only
Win
format.
half.
I'm playing the only format I am not a liability in, which would be Legacy. So we're not joking when we say we literally need luck for this event. I don't play Magic very much.
No, I need
Magic anymore,
and that's why I feel like a lot comes down to me because I feel like I need to find the center deck where I can win.
Does come down. I'm glad you said that on live because I completely agree. I think this completely hinges on you. And
Not completely.
If we lose, it's your fault, and if we win, it's
come on.
Joe.
I'm just saying that like I need more than 50% win rate. I feel like
yeah.
It's for standard. I need like a 71, which is pretty good. But that's what I want. 6% win rate.
I want that for you too. You know what?
I want that for us, but I need that.
I need you land in the clouds, buddy.
In the clouds? I thought shoot for the moon. Land on the stars.
What? Why? How do you land on? You can't land on stars.
Yeah, you can.
They're super far away.
They're
much
huge.
farther than the moon.
How can you land on a cloud? You crazy? You can't land on a freaking cloud.
Clouds can be dense. Moons would burn you.
Not that
stars
dense.
would burn you up.
But you can land on them.
No,
kind of.
You would
Your
not
ashes
make it.
can.
You would not make it. The sun is a star.
I know. All right, come on. We're derailing this. You're ridiculous. Anyways, I don't know what I'm playing. I've tried Blue Control. I've tried Mono Red Aggro. I've tried Teamer Energy. They all just seem very So I don't know. Nothing like. I need more time. I need more time because I have some quick, sweet ideas. If I had access to all the cards on Magic Online or something, I would definitely know what I was playing. But alas, don't have that.
Okay, there is good news if we do not make day 2, which we are definitely going to make day 2. There is excellent news for us.
Yes.
This weekend, we're going to be in Atlanta, but in Chicago, Pokemon Go Fest is going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, Ollie and I are both Pokemon Go players.
And it's so much better now. If you guys have quit, I know.
Come back. I will
just try it.
Sometime in the next few weeks, we're definitely going to be having a little Pokemon Go segment to chat about. Because there's a lot that's changed. And this weekend, they're having Pokemon Go Fest. They're finally introducing legendary.
One legendary.
Well, we don't know.
No, they said it was legendary.
Well, I don't know. I haven't read that yet, so I have to take Ollie's word for it. And he's a 50% win rate. I don't believe those people.
Oh, come on. Get out of here. Legendary, they are releasing. Or Lugia, yeah.
That's fine.
Which is kind of weird, but sure.
Whatever. But you know what? We're ready for it. Hopefully, everyone does this. If you're at Pokemon Go Fest and you're listening to this podcast, you should definitely tell us about your experience. Because Ollie and I want to go to whatever the next one is.
Oh, yeah.
This one just snuck up and kind
of... It sold down 2 seconds.
Yes, yeah.
For 20 minutes.
We don't have that kind of time.
No.
We're not going to be able to take naps before midnight pre-release. We don't have time to
I know.
get things in 2 seconds.
I got kids. I got to talk to Amber and be like, yo...
Yeah, you gotta,
I had no time to do anything.
Submit a form to Amberly.
By time,
give this time off, please?
Yeah, by the time I put it in my text before I hit send. Yeah. They're sold out.
Slow texter, but yeah.
Next time I need to buy it and be like, oh, I can't go. All right, I'll just sell it.
Yeah,
that's basically what needs to happen because
that's kind of true.
Because they like triple the price or whatever. So.
Okay, so we're excited about Pokemon Go. Hopefully we get to play some this weekend, but not on Sunday because we're still going to be competing for the
maybe Sunday night.
Sunday night afterwards and Monday
with carrying a trophy around.
Yes, 3 trophy. Is it 1 trophy? It's probably 1 trophy.
It's probably 3. Probably just ones. I can't imagine just 1. Who takes it home?
I don't know.
Well, not
good question.
Probably not Joe.
That's cold. Well, Joe could be listening right now. I'm sorry.
No.
I'll let you have the trophy.
No, Joe's secretly in the magic closet, so like he was. I don't know if that's too much for him or not.
I don't know. That'll be well.
Well, I guess I'll leak the secret. Sorry, Joe.
Well, I mean, I don't think people that aren't in the know about Joe. Anyway, okay. What else is going on? What else do you got going on?
Oh, so Prime Day. We have Prime Day. Amazon Prime had a Prime Day where people...
You got some nice new headphones.
Yeah, I got a headset for the podcast. I got some incense diffusers.
Okay,
and
I don't know what that is, but...
I don't know either. It was really cheap and looked cool, so I had to buy it. You know me.
There you go,
impulse buyer. If I'm feeling a little depressed or a little emotional, I'm like, gotta buy this. Anyways, so the biggest sales were on the Prime things, the things Amazon produced. And
shocking.
Yes, I've always wanted... to get Alexa, but I was like, it's $200. I can't do this. Who bought for $200? And then it was half off.
That sentence was too long.
And then it was half off. It was $100. Still a lot.
And then I questioned, why is it for $100?
Still a lot. But then I realized, $50 in my Amazon card from credit card.
So it's half off of the half off.
Half off of that was $50. You know what? I just bought it.
I'm the proud new owner of an Alexa.
Yeah. Alexa, say hi.
Shut up, Alexa.
Alexa, say hi.
Alexa, go to sleep forever.
You're not allowing her to talk. Alexa, say hi.
Go to sleep.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Go to sleep, Alexa.
All right. Anyways, I think she's fantastic. She plays music. For me, I can be like, I don't want to say her name because I don't work her, but let's say, Alexa.
You just said it.
Stop. Alexa, August 29th. Remind me it's Justin's birthday.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
It was too late. That was too much. But anyways, you can do cool things like that.
You discounted Alexa by only paying $50 for it.
No, I mean, we're both overlapping. But anyways, she makes appointments for you, which I need because I'm very forgetful.
That's true.
She plays music. She sets timers. She can control things in the house if you have like special lights, special. Oh, she also starts my Roomba. I can tell her to start the Roomba. Marcy. She will literally say, starting Marcy.
Okay. You almost sold me on Alexa. I still think it's completely superfluous and ridiculous.
I've had it for like one day. I'm still tinkering with it to figure out what else there is.
Okay. All right.
She plays any song. You can tell her the lyrics of the song, she'll play it.
Speaking of songs, so in my world, I finally got a chance. Well, I've been listening to it for a while, but I listen to a lot of different music. As you know, but maybe a lot of our viewers don't. Like a lot. My music taste is very, very varied.
Mm-hmm.
And the album I've been listening to recently is Lord's new album, which is called Melodrama. First album came out in 2013 called Pure Heroine. It is fantastic. It was like my favorite album that year. This one's good.
Did I introduce you to Lord?
It's not great. What?
Did I introduce you to Lord?
No, definitely not.
I know she's some other ones.
Yeah, other musicians that weren't Lord. No.
Okay.
But I love her first album. This one has a bunch of good songs on it, but I don't think the album as a whole is as good. The Lord's, to her credit, her first album sounds like a 16-year-old girl that is very grown up and knows what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
This one sounds like a 20-year-old girl that's grown up and knows what's going on in the world. If you like, for those of you that have listened to Lord, she's like an alternative pop. Is kind of how I like to describe her. The song Green Light, which is I think like the first single off this, is still, in my opinion, the best song, which is not necessarily a bad thing. And like on the last album, the song that got her popular, which is Royals, I think is actually one of the worst songs on her first album. Green Light's really, really good, in my opinion. There's a bunch of other good songs on it. But I think the album is just okay. I'm still gonna give it some more listens because like sometimes things get better.
Takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a while. And this album came out about a month ago, so I listened to it like 4 or 5 times.
Well, to be fair, the first album of almost any band is fantastic because the artist or the band has taken years and years to make this.
Yeah.
Then the next one's like, hey, we need one in whatever X amount of time, do it now, please.
Yeah, I don't think that was the case with this one because she writes all of her own songs. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely a case of they're hungry when they're young, and traditionally first albums for artists are good.
Yeah, well, you also can't wait too long. Like, to be fair, like real quick, I'm going to Pokemon Go. If Pokemon Go released legendaries like 6 months ago or whatever, like people would be rushing to that. They'd be like crazy, and like if you watch the trailer for it right now for legendaries, like everyone's swarming playing, but it's gonna be the case. It's gonna be like 4 people in a Starbucks, other people in the car, and one out sitting outside because he's on a bike. And
well, that's quite the depressing picture you're painting, Ali.
Thank
you very much.
Hopefully, it's better than that, but I have hopes.
All right, so Ollie, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Ali Aintrazi. I write articles on gatheringmagic.com. I'm actually writing a set review for our Devastation. It should be out completely by the time you're listening to this. You should check it out. I think
it's a week-long set review, right?
Week-long set review. I actually think I did a very good job on this one.
Hey, you know what? Good for you.
Thank you. You can also find me at twitch.tv/Ali Aintrazi2 for another stream. Currently, most streaming mechanics on Magic right now. That's where you can find me.
But if you want him to stream different stuff, you tell him. This is a good channel to tell him.
It is.
You can find me on Twitter at jparnell1. And, of course, most of you guys know me from Commander Versus every Wednesday, 11 a.m. on StarCityGames.com and YouTube. For the show, though, you can follow the show on Twitter at ThinktwiceMTG. It's at ThinktwiceMTG on Twitter. You can also email the show, thinktwicemtg@gmail.com. We're also posting this episode on SoundCloud for now, iTunes, and YouTube. Whatever format you're listening to, know that there are other formats if you ever want to switch, if you want to watch it on your desk, at your computer, you want to watch it on the go. Or
on number 2.
Or number 2.
Watch it.
Number 1, you can do whatever kind you want.
Looking at pictures of Justin.
Yeah, okay. Might be a fan of that one. That's a little weird. We're still getting our Patreon set up. It is not set up right now, but we hope to have this set up by next week is my goal. And now that I've said that out loud, I'm going to hold myself to it.
I mean, well, yeah.
So we can get it worked out.
We can do that.
We're still working things out. So we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you guys think about Standard. Where you think that's going to go. What do you think the best decks are in Standard? What are we not seeing in Standard that we're going to see in the future? What do you guys think about Spider-Man Homecoming? How Ollie's wrong about it? What you guys think about Magic Story and Red in general?
I'm grabbing some stuff. Keep going.
As far as how they're writing it out, and of course Game of Thrones, which we love. And if you guys still want us to talk about it, we'll absolutely talk about it. If we don't talk about it on the show, we're going to talk about it in person. So if you want to make our lives easier, put it on the show.
All right, and now I'm throwing some papoo. All of the papoo at Justin. Literally throwing some at Justin. Papooing away. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. I love you, Ollie.
Love you too, Justin.
All right. We love you guys too. Talk to you next week.
Papoo away.